Hi, my name is Baja Oriana Fishman, and I'm here to answer the next few most commonly asked questions that I get, and that is about my practice. It's about what my job is, what my purpose is, what do I have to offer, and what is my practice all about. So, as you already know, I am your local area registered nurse hypnotherapist, and my job is to help you change, help you achieve change, maintain change, change that is lasting and sustainable, and ultimately change that leads you to freedom. Freedom from what? Freedom from the symptoms and experiences involved in things such as depression, anxiety, in trauma and abuse, the symptoms and experiences of substance use and substance dependence and disorders. And that's just to name a few. And so the purpose is to initiate change and ensure lasting freedom from all of these debilitating experiences while you are free from needing long-term treatments, extensive diagnoses, medications. You're free from the costs associated with all of these. So, what techniques is my practice founded on? There are many, countless, and amazing people and techniques and therapeutic modalities that inspire me and that have shaped my practice and have impacted me professionally and personally. I had to, for the purpose of preciseness and conciseness, I had to limit it to the ones I use most often and rely on in my practice. And solution-focused brief therapy is one of the greatest techniques that my practice is founded on. And the founders of that therapeutic technique are Steve DeShazer and Insoo Kim Berg. They founded this technique in the mid 20th century, and more recently, Elliott Connie, who is a well-known and renowned solution-focused brief therapist, he has perfected and mastered this technique and teaches it worldwide. Next is, of course, Marissa Peer with RTT, Rapid Transformational Hypnotherapy. Rapid in the sense that change is, quite frankly, instantaneous. The change happens from the understanding, and the techniques combine in order to then allow for you to have the power to change. So I know this sounds a bit tough to believe or understand, but I'll explain how it is not a miracle in the sense of rapid. It is rapid in the sense of the clarity that is gained within session and within the first few sessions that fuels the successive progress, and transformational in the sense that it is completely altering of your experience of reality, yourself, your life, your perceptions of your possibilities, and transformational in the sense that your direction is going to be altered completely from where you might have been further down the road to where you are now headed. The next is, of course, the science of the mind. That's very big in my practice, and professionally and personally has impacted how I approach reality. So the science of the mind now in our 21st century is extensive, and it's amazing, and it's awe-inspiring, and it shows us that the mind is capable of incredible and amazing things, that change is not only possible, it's already happening on a moment-to-moment basis in our mind. And so the science of the mind, positive psychology, link back to CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, how our thoughts, emotions, and our behaviors are linked. That also links back to DBT, dialectical behavioral therapy, and to other techniques and modalities such as energy medicine by Donna Eden, and the champion of hope, Pastor Joel Osteen, with his messages of hope all around the world, Jim Quick with his mind coaching and his explanations and instructions on how to achieve limitless potential. That combined with the healing that comes from frequencies, the healing that comes from prayer and meditation and spirituality, all these combine in my practice to help you on your journey to achieving the change that you're looking for, to gaining the guidance and instructions to gain freedom, basically. And so what can you expect to gain from our counseling, from our work together? Well, I like to compare our work to seedlings and to nature and to growth in the sense of germination, because it perfectly describes and demonstrates how growth is also instantaneous as well as progressive. So once you put the seed in the soil, growth in effect begins instantaneously. The process of growth has begun instantly with the planting of the seed. In the same way that your work with me together is going to plant your seeds, the seeds that you are looking to have, which are your goals, your intentions for your futures, and your desires. These are your seeds. And together we're going to plant these seeds in your mind. These seeds will have an instantaneous, not miraculous, but instantaneous effect on your sense of purpose, your direction, your thoughts, behaviors, and emotions. And once these seeds are planted, you're then going to be given a set of techniques and tools that are catered specifically to you, to your personality, to your hopes, to where you are in your process. And these techniques are going to help to solidify these changes in your mind on a conscious and subconscious level, so that they are deep, so that they become automatic. So from a science of the mind, automaticity happens in the mind after the mind has adopted something as a habit. It becomes automatic. And so with the right tools, these seeds then become, you could say, they're watered. They're watered with the techniques and the tools into the effects. And so the change begins instantaneously and continues to snowball as we move on into the future. And so if you look back 6 months, 1 year, 10 years down the road, you will have found yourself in a completely different place than where you might have been. And so the change, the impetus to change, or impetus to change, is rapid. It's transformational. And what you're gaining is, from our interaction, from our counseling sessions, from our work together, you're going to gain first and foremost clarity about where you are and what contributed to you being where you are in your present experience, because I do believe that understanding is incredibly important. And as Jim Quick says, power is knowledge times effort or action. So when you have the understanding, you have the knowledge, you add that or multiply that to small, simple steps, and you are then empowered to then go ahead and have amazing change happen in your own reality. And that's where you gain the new direction. That's where the transformation takes place. And that's where you gain freedom. You basically achieve a path to freedom from that which was impeding you from making progress, from having purpose, from having passion in your life. You gain a path to healing, and you do so on a holistic level: body, mind, and spirit. So what are you going to take away from our experience, our relationship, our counseling sessions, which are founded on a solution-focused brief therapy approach? You're going to take away tools and techniques that are very uniquely and specifically catered to your personality, to where you are in your stage of change and development, to what it is that you most need to work on and focus on in order to help you maintain the positive change, the hope, the healing, and the empowerment that comes as those seeds are, so to speak, watered. They germinate, they flower, and they blossom. So the tools and the techniques are your takeaway. This is what you get from the experience, and this is what ultimately leads to new cognition, new emotional balance, new behavioral patterns, changes in body, mind, and spirit, as I said previously. And so these tools, just to show a few, are what you're going to gain and walk away with as you have the understanding and the action and the small simple steps that you then take with you to fuel your continued progress and success. So I would love to say, going back to this being rapid, that this is a miracle cure, which sometimes as people search on the internet, they look and find and get this false understanding that what's on offer is a miracle cure and that overnight your, so to speak, seed is going to blossom and flourish and give you a harvest. But this, in effect, is not a miracle cure. It is not by any means a wishy-washy technique that doesn't require work and commitment and effort on your part. This is, in effect, a technique solidly founded and rooted in science, in research. It has backing from multiple directions, from the science of the mind to positive psychology. And what you're going to actually get is the ability to plant these precious seeds, these goals, these desires and intentions, your dreams, your hopes for the future. You're going to walk away with tools and techniques that you will then use personally, very, very individually and uniquely in your own experience to water these seeds that will gradually and, yes, instantaneously begin the process of change that will ultimately give you the harvest and the incredible impact that you are seeking. And so I want to thank you for taking the time to listen. I truly respect and honor you for pursuing your dreams and goals. I know how challenging that can sometimes be and how intimidating it can be. So I commend you for having faith and for demonstrating courage. I look forward to working with you in the future and to helping you plant your new seeds. I am Bracha Oriana Fishman, your registered nurse, hypnotherapist.